Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Uma Thurman is making her eagerly awaited Broadway debut in Beau Willimon's new play, The Parisian Woman, directed by Pam MacKinnon. And we caught up with her and the company just minutes after the opening night curtain rang down.
You know what they say, if you're not a Democrat when you're young, you don't have a heart. If you're not a Republican
when you're old, you don't have a brain.
Right.
It's your Broadway debut. How do you feel?
I'm very happy it's my Broadway debut. I wish I'd come here sooner. I feel, no matter what anyone wants to say about it, for me, I feel that doing this kind of work on the stage is what made me want to act. Because of course, like all actors, I started out being a kid who did plays and haven't done enough of them in the time of spending a lot of years acting. And I love working in cinema, and I've enjoyed the stuff I've done in television, but the return to actually walking out and delivering a performance with your whole body and your whole self after enormous investigation into the character is a unique thing.
And you have this incredible, stellar cast you're working with. What's it like sharing the stage with them?
Oh, it's a privilege. I mean, it's nothing but a privilege. I feel like they've all given me so many hints, and it's been so many years since I was really on the stage that I definitely just consider myself, despite any past experience, a total novice. They've been a blessing to me, and I hope they'll be in my life forever.
What was your day like today? There's nothing like the debut, like the whole day leading up. What was your day like today?
You know what, in a way, last night, going through the last few days of previews, not knowing when the critics came, knowing my favorite show and knowing that they all didn't, the critics weren't there. Apparently the show that they did see was fine, but there was a show I wish they'd seen instead. And you know, I went through all that kind of, like last night to me was sort of like, oh, well, I guess that's happened. And then tonight, I'll just go back to trying to entertain people and share the truth of Beau Willimon and Pam MacKinnon with them. So tonight was kind of like, let me just go do the play I know how to do.
How do you feel tonight?
You know, I think we all feel this wonderful mix of incredible excitement and ultra exhaustion at the same time. I mean, part of the thing, because it's the holiday season and because of the way Broadway works these days and a launch of a big new play, we did 13 performances in the last 10 days. So it's like something where we've done 2 a day, multiple days in a row, and it's an amazing energy that you have with it. But I must tell you, we're all like tired.
It's such an incredible show to watch. I was here the other night. You were all on fire. What's it like sharing the stage together?
Look, we have a company of actors that love each other. So we really not just love each other, we respect each other, we care for each other, we're out there together. I mean, we're truly scene partners in that way, and we're trying to push each other at the same time, and we're trying to be fired together, like you say. But it's a really magical experience because we're having fun, I mean, when it comes down to it. And we're taking risks all of the time, every day. We try and do something new every day and push each other a little differently. And it's because we're safe, we can do that. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
You're doing a play.
A play. It's amazing. On Broadway. The best thing ever.
It must be so great to do this play. It's so beautifully written. It crackles. I mean, you don't see the twists and turns. I mean, what's it like for you playing this wonderful character in this great play?
It's very grounding, actually. I think I have this great sense of calm when I get to step into Rebecca's shoes. My heart's beating off stage, but then once I step on and I'm just Rebecca, there's this great whoosh of calm that happens. It's great.
You know, when you were in the rehearsal room, all your other co-stars said the bar was just raised really high, everybody just armed, and they were like, let's just work together and put this incredible play on. It must be really freeing.
It is. And everybody works in a very different way. And we sort of brought out the best in each other. We sort of shook things up, tried a lot of different ways of approaching the scene work, and it's a great product, I think.
So what was it like being in the rehearsal room with Beau and Pam creating?
They're a great dynamic duo. I love how warm and curious Pam is, and I love how straightforward and informative Beau's suggestions were in terms of how we were sort of approaching these scenes. And then as far as the collaboration went, Beau was so great about hearing our take on things and really like learning from what we were experiencing in the room, as opposed to any sort of ideas or preconceived notions that we had. So that was really excellent.
Welcome to Broadway. How does it feel today?
I feel wonderful. Opening night, the audience were very effervescent. It was a champagne kind of audience in terms of the feeling. And we had a good time. And I'm in very good company. Beau Willimon's beautiful writing, Pam MacKinnon's gorgeous directing, Uma Thurman, Josh Lucas, Philip, I'll name everybody, but really, Blair Brown, Philip Assu. It was just a lovely company, and I'm very proud and pleased to be here, especially at the Hudson, which is a special place. It has a gorgeous vibe about it, full of love, it seems to me, and we had a lovely time.
To play your character must be really great to play him.
Yeah, no, yes, absolutely. And with Pam's help and my fellow actors, we've gone and explored areas that that have enabled the journey to be a rich pursuit and a rich practice. And it seems like audiences are engaging in the way that one would wish them to.
So here we are, another opening. It's your
another
opening.
Another show.
How did it feel? What was today like for you?
It was actually, well, first it was very busy because I needed things to buy chocolates from French Chocolates. There's a show called La Parisienne, right? The French Woman. And this isn't a good time to go to Rockefeller Center, have you noticed, because of that tree? So I was way up in the east side getting bags of chocolates and then going to... I was actually exhausted by the time I came to the theater. I was so glad just to do the play and stop with all the falderall for opening night. But it was a wonderful night. Opening night houses are the best because it's family and friends. The review people have come and gone. They'll do what they do. And now we get to enjoy this play that we five adore. We adore.
You're all so beautiful together. What's it like sparring and sharing the stage with each other?
We've loved doing it, and everybody, the bar keeps going up and up. We're very open and honest with each other, which is really interesting from the word go, and I think a lot of that came from Uma, of just saying, hey guys, I haven't really done this, so how does this work? And so we all kind of disarmed in that way, and Pam MacKinnon is the director. She's that sort of person too, so we disarmed.
It is opening night, The Parisian Woman. How do you feel tonight, Pam?
I feel really excited to share this play. This is a play that takes people out of their living rooms and brings big catharsis into the world. It is funny. It is about intrigue and sex, and I just feel really proud of the acting company. I feel really gratified that my mom laughed and gasped sitting next to me tonight. I feel really excited to share the play.
So I was going to ask you, what are openings like for you? You've had a whole pile of Broadway openings. What do they mean to you?
They can be a little nerve-wracking. I mean, there definitely is. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of, and we're all tired. We've been working together really hard through tech, through previews, but there is something really gratifying about now sending it out into the world.
It is opening night. Broadway debut?
It's surreal in all the best ways. I mean, I never imagined that I would have a play on Broadway. When you first start out in the theater, you're just happy if 20 people show up for a reading in a basement. And to be here in the oldest Broadway theater in this beautiful house that's been renovated, my mom and dad on one side, my girlfriend on the other, and this great house tonight, and this incredible cast, it's cliche to say it, but it is a dream come true.
Debuts are really special. Especially your Broadway debuts. There's nothing like it. It will never happen again. What was today like for you leading up to tonight?
Well, most of today was spent preparing my gifts for the cast and stage management and the director and the producers. So before I was a serious writer, I was a painter. So I was up at the Columbia print shop today making etchings to give and printing them on the press to give to the cast and everyone else today. So that was my way of distracting myself from not allowing the butterflies in my stomach to completely paralyze me.
It's like creating art.
Yes. Well, look, I mean, there's a lot of ways to stay sane, and one of them is to try to create art. That can also lead to its own form of insanity. But today, it's saved my ass.
This is such a beautiful play. How did you come about to write it?
Well, the Flea Theatre, which did my first production ever, Lower Ninth, a number of years ago, they had presented me with a play by Henri Beck, a 19th century French play called La Parisienne, and they thought it would make for a good contemporary adaptation. I'd never heard of Henri Beck, I'd never read the play, but as soon as I did, I was really taken by this French farce, this sort of chamber play that was beginning to bridge into naturalism. So it's this odd sort of duck that existed towards the end of the 19th century as you were going from French farce into the naturalism of Chekhov and Ibsen and so on. And I thought, hey, this would be a lot of fun, let's do it. And I thought, we'd do it at the Flea or a small theater, which we ended up doing later at South Coast. I also was terribly afraid of trying to write a comedy. That's not my thing, And I was like, oh, well, if I can steal shamelessly from Henri Beck, then that gets me halfway there. And shamelessly steal I did.
When you took your bow tonight, do you remember what you were thinking?
I was trying to stay on the stage as long as I could.